So let's talk now about post-installation checks and common errors. So guys, it will, like, I would get some nightmare talking about this. But as you know, I build many SCCM servers, and we went into a lot of troubleshooting together, etc. So the thing that I want to say is that, and it's very important, it's because I want to go back on this thing that I said, I think it was 1 week ago. um, if you encounter after the post installation, you install your SCCM server, you did everything right, but you get, for example, on your SCCM server a co- constant a constant error about management point, for example, which you need to go here and then do deployment. Not deployment. You need to go here on site statue, and you see that your management point here is off. Is like have critical, is not running, and it has a lot of critical error. You are trying your best to solve it, especially that is just new, so normally it should work well. But things are not doing well, even though you did everything good, okay? Guys, also, don't forget to install your OBDC driver 18. It's very important. Yes, OBDC driver 17 can work perfectly fine with OBDC 18. For example, one thing that ChatGPT told me to do, and it was completely false. It was, if you have two drivers, they cannot work together. So you need to delete one and replace the OBDC driver 17 by the OBDC driver 18. It's false. The two can work together, okay? So again, you can be misled by ChatGPT because of this. So, and it's quite logic. Yeah, maybe it could be normal that you think it's correct what ChatGPT said, because how can Windows Server 10 and Windows 7 11 can live together? It doesn't make sense, right? I say Windows 10, right? And Windows 10 and Windows 11. So it doesn't make sense. And yeah, so if you encounter any persistent errors about management point or distribution point, whereas you just install your SCCM server, you're just getting started, guys, just stop everything and rebuild your SCCM server. The thing that you could do before rebuilding your SCCM server, you can use the command, I don't know it by heart, but it's sorry, I don't know it by heart. Maybe I have it here. Yes. So it's this one, guys. Run SFC scan now. You can run also this one to check health and to see if you don't have any corruption. Of course, it doesn't work because I'm not an administrator. I'm in regular mode. So you need to check this. You need to check scan FC, and if you see that there is no problem, especially this one, guys, is the only one that you need to do, by the way. But it's better, like, if you see, if you're really in this, um how can I say? But of course, it's useless even if you do this, because even if you do this and you don't see any errors, guys, rebuild your SCCM server. It will work. Okay, I'm telling you, because even me, I didn't find any error in my um in my image, in my Windows Server image, but it still worked. But me rebuilding the SCCM server and doing all over again, it worked. So it's not a problem for sure. It's not a problem about your um, SQL server or your database and everything, because of course you need to check as much thing as you want, but not going too far. Okay, just think. For example, what ChatGPT told me when I was in that situation. He told me, go into your. It must be a problem about permission. Okay, it must be a problem about permission. So go inside of what was the path, because it was a long time, so I don't know if I keep if I keep remember. Go into server roles. Yeah, and just do complex stuff in the SQL database and make sure that you have all the permission. So I was like touching a lot of things and it was just making things worse. But now I have like actually I have like a better understanding of SQL database. But even though like it was just useless. So yeah, guys, it's very important that if you just set up your SCCM server and you see that there is constant errors about your management points and you keep on fixing and fixing and fixing and he always told you like things about OBDC driver about this and that, just start again your rebuild your SCCM server. Okay. um Now the other thing that I want you to talk about is setting up your first SCCM primary site. So what is about, what this title about? It's actually about breaking, let's say breaking the myth that SCCM works automatically after initial setup. Why I'm saying this? It's because after people creating the actual SCCM server and they will see that everything is green, they will see that all the component, even the component statue will be green, like everything will be green. They say, okay, I can directly start deploying my software clients into my different machine. They are online, they are connected. I can ping my from my MCM server 001 to my router, for example, or to my DC1, so I can just deploy the software clients. And it's false. It's very, very important that you check the prerequisites. And guys, I'm really emphasizing on this. Please check the prerequisites of your SCCM server, because your SCCM server could work perfectly fine, but if it doesn't have those roles, it will your when you will deploy your, because deploying the clients, the CCM client software, it relies a lot on IIS first. It relies a lot on IIS and also on other stuff. But look, guys, you should have here in server roles 26, okay, out of 23. But again, me, I have two sites. It's important to know this. I have two sites, so maybe there's maybe two or three or even more that are really linked to the actual connection between two sites. But I'm not sure. Maybe it's only 26. So guys, look, I will put it in big so you can see. So just look about what I got, okay? Here I have 21, I have 5 for the common HTTP features. I did this. When you see like a gray check, it means everything. So here I check everything, here I check everything, here I check 2 of them. And the one that really caused me problem one time, I think it was this, guys. Guys, please check this one. Check this one really in details, because one time I saw the logs and he told me about framework, but I said I already have framework in my features. I enable .NET Framework 3.5 and 4.8. So what's the issue? But no, you need to also install in the IIS the .NET extensibility 3.5 and 4.8. This one I remember like a long time ago. I had so much issue. I spent hours, I think maybe even days, to figure it out. That you need to plug that, you need to check this one in order for the features to work. ASP.NET also very important. Also went to a lot of troubleshooting in it. Yeah. So guys, always remember, when you guys have issue and you ask me, I was in the exact same position than you, and I spent days, and I was alone. I had like nobody to ask the question. So yeah. So here you have management tools. As you can see, 5 out of 7, 3 out of 4 here. Here I check everything. Here I check everything. And here Windows Deployment Services, it's for PXE. Okay, so we will cover this later on. Okay, we will cover this later on. But just do it. Just do it for the moment. Okay, just do this one. This one is just for, yes, software updates. Okay, guys. So it's very important that you check this. And remember, guys, either for your first SCCM or your second SCCM. Okay, and should I cover this, how to you already have YouTube videos about this, guys, on how to create your secondary sites, how to create your secondary site server. But I think most of you will tell me right now, they will tell me that they are really bad, the videos that cover secondary site SCCM server. So, but because we have covered so much before, especially the first video, so it means all your networking system are perfect. Okay, the video that we covered before about setting up your networking, your networking concerning the two sites, which is here the Paris site and here the Lille site, and all the connection with the router, what you should do. And we cover a lot, guys, about router, like how to have this router server in place. So so to actually create a secondary server, you need to go here and then create secondary sites. Okay, you need to create a secondary site. And as you can see, I have mine AS2. Why AS2? As you know, for the new arrivals, I'm saying this. I have AS1, but I had some issue with it, so I had to rebuild another one. Yep, so that's why I call it AS2. And then this one is AS3, so it's my secondary server. How you could know? It's because you have these little things, you know, these little gray things. So you click here and you create a secondary site. And then you go to everything, and here you have this on YouTube. Okay, you have this on YouTube, so you could just follow. So guys, we don't waste that much time, and I just giving you what type of thing you don't see that much on YouTube. But I could give you the link of the video that covered this, but just copy paste what they do on YouTube, you know, on the guide, and you will be fine. What things I could tell you about this? It's absolutely essential, and they don't cover that much on YouTube. Again, you know, all the thing that I say about roles, it's very important that you have it, that you copy paste every roles that is here on your first SCCM server, that you copy paste on your second SCCM server. And look, normally I have everything 27. I had 26 in the last one. It's fine. Then, yeah. But if you have the exact same, it's good. Okay, it's enough. Then here, okay, everything is installed. 1 out of 2. Here, everything is installed. So yeah, so it's very important that you have all the server manager roles in it. Then also you need to replicate, okay, those different SCCM server, because if you want those two SCCM to have a clear communication and transfer data packets and information about certain configuration in your SCCM, it's very important that you replicate those two domain controllers every time, okay? So this is very important. What kind of troubleshoot I went into this SCCM server? The main port, guys, was the prerequisite. Yeah, the main port was the prerequisite. I don't know if I said this one, the actual SCCM. That's it, guys. Again and again, the prerequisite. Ask ChatGPT also. Ask ChatGPT. what is the prerequisite when you have a second site server, okay? And everything run the same, okay? Everything run the same. These type of errors are fine. They are not like big issue. Always read, guys. I don't read because I know what is it, but always read these type of errors. It's been a long time that I didn't check this one, but it seems that everything looked the same. And if I go here, okay, but I will go after, guys, don't worry. I will cover after. I will go more in depth in the second server, okay? I will go more in depth in the second server. So what else I didn't talk about? Yes, it's very important that in your secondary site server, so this one, when I talk about prerequisites, what I forget, I just forget something. I forget that is very important that you go on the second site server. First of all, you need to have all the important what I was about to say, sorry guys, sorry. It's important that you have all the right permissions, okay? I'm talking about this computer, okay? What you need to understand also about, maybe it will give you like a better way of thinking. Your SCCM server, even though it's a secondary site server, it needs to be plugged and installed the exact same way. They both are very, very similar, okay? They are both very, very similar. So it means that your second site server here, sorry, they are they will get this exact same permission. So let me go here. And many people forget about this. Many people forget about that. You need to actually go, if I remember well, in system and system management, and go on properties. And as you can see, look, AS3 and my AS2, perfect. AS2 for the SMS site and AS3. It's perfect. And why it's configured this way? It's because if I go here on security, you would see my MECM LIL, my SCCM LIL, okay? And of course my MECM server, which is in Paris. Is not enough. If you plug full control, is not enough. You need to go in advance, exactly as you did for the MECM server, which is your in Paris, and then you need to have this activate these objects and all descendant objects. It's very important, guys. Like this, you have, of course, you need to extend, the AD schema, and also doing that, okay? You need to also like doing this. It's very, very important. And guys, it means, if you see this, it means that your SCCM are very healthy, and you have nothing to worry about. Adding the fact that you add all the server roles here, and you have like a good infrastructure thanks to your router server, okay? It's exactly what you want, guys. It's exactly what you want. So I think, let me check. I think I covered a lot of things, a lot of good things. So guys, like this section is about post-installation, it's also very important that you go here on distribution points, okay? That you go on distribution points, and I don't have any distribution point group. I didn't check. It's been a long time. I didn't check this SCCM server, but okay. So if you go, for example, in my SCCM LIL, Sorry guys, I had to readjust my position. So if you go to your SCCM Lil, okay, I go to properties and I go to boundary group. Very, very important, guys, that you note that you add your boundary group, your site boundary group. In my case, it's Lil for this one. And then for this one, I mean, guys, post installation, right? It's post installation. The request object information. Refresh. Okay. This one is interesting. Okay. So, okay, let's go to this troubleshooting phase here. So, what does it say exactly? Maybe we should go here. Hold on. Uh-huh. I think I know what's going on. Sometimes my SCCM server lag, and sometimes it has like some issue. So I should check about this, but I know it's a deep issue. Like it's not a simple troubleshooting here. I need to look at it later because I know what I can do to normally make it restore it. So and it's lagging. It's lagging. Normally when I have 5 machine, it's okay. But maybe because I'm doing like a lot of stuff right now on my laptop, so that's why it's like triggered. Okay, right now my SCCM not is not functioning well. But it's I think it's just it concern more the actual capacity RAM of the laptop um more. So let me restore it and we will see this later, guys. We will see this later. What I want to restore it. So guys, I don't want to cover this thing right now. As you can see, my DC2 is active, but not online. It's actually not online. It's not active. It's not online. I know why. I know how to restart it, but I want to cover this later. And it's also like a very, it's going to be very interesting for you to see this. I want here first to cover, you know, like the actual basics, you know, the actual basics of concepts and everything. So now guys, I talk about secondary site server, right? But I didn't really explain what is a secondary site server, how to use it, when company use it, and we're gonna mimic like a real world company environments. And I'm gonna talk about in this type of situation why company want to use a second site server. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I didn't see that much people talking about this on YouTube, since it's not that much complicated. And I think you will understand this. I think you will understand it quite easily. Um why I don't have my Canva? And guys, also just remember, since I talk about distribution points, okay, and I had like this issue, but it's very important also I say this regarding boundary group and distribution points. Again, during the post installation, many people think that that automatically everything will be set, everything will be nest, so that when you deploy your software client, the component will automatically sync with each other and connect. But it's not the case, guys. So like I said just before, I just want to emphasize, sorry, but I'm repeating myself, but I just want to emphasize because there is so much issue, and you guys, when we discuss in the group, or when you guys send me a message, most of the time it's about the same thing. It's about not fixing the post installations issues, okay? And same for this one. I don't know, maybe it will not working. Okay, it's working because how can I say? Okay, so as you can see here in my boundary group, I have Paris boundary group and D4 site group. Okay, so it's great. It means that my distribution points. It means that, and don't worry, I will go back later on this because it's very important that you understand the notion of what is management points, what is the distribution points, and I will give you a simple analogy, and you will understand it very easily, and it will be maybe the most important part of the live session. So I'm just saying this, but in order for your clients to know where to grab the software, you need to add them here. You need to add them in the distribution points. Okay? You need to add them in the boundary group here, so your clients know where your employee's machine know where to grab the software. Okay? Don't worry, I will cover this later. Now guys, I want to talk about some very important things, and I'm sorry I didn't cover this before, but it's about what is a secondary site SCCM server, how it works, what is this link between how in a company environments and in an enterprise environment, how does it work? It's very important to know what is the difference between a primary site server and a secondary site server. Are they independent? Are they sync? Could you sync them? And if it's a second site server, so it means that maybe you have least amount of work than the primary site server. I will explain everything, guys. And I don't see that much content on YouTube about this. So because again, it's more about the concept. People like to do on YouTube guide and tutorial on how to do this and that, but it's very important to understand what you are doing. Okay, so let's make this analogy, this very simple analogy, and we're gonna pretend that SCCM is like a big a big organization, okay? Let's say that just SCCM is like a big organization, big company with different structure, okay? So here you have the Paris site, okay? You have here the Paris site. I don't like this. Oh, oh my god. Sorry, guys. Where it is? Okay, it's fine. Oh, it's here. Okay, perfect. Because I was. Okay, let me fix this. Let me fix that. I want to go here. No. So guys, I had to do some adjustments. Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. So let's imagine here we have our Paris site, okay? And here we have our Lille site. So let's say here, I'm gonna grab my pen. Where it is? Okay, it's here. So here it's the Paris, and here it's the Lille. Okay, it's the Lille sites. So of course Paris is the headquarters managing overall strategies and operation, and the secondary sites is just like the regional office, okay? It handle tasks that are only specific to its area, which is Lille, okay? The Lille site, okay? And please, in every SCCM server, which is here, like, let's say, SCCM, like in our analogy, this is the big, like, the big structure of SCCM. And in this SCCM server, hold on, SCCM server, sorry for my writing, you have, of course, a management point, okay? You have a distribution point, same for this one, management point and distribution point, etc., and all the roles. Imagine this one, and now I'm gonna introduce to the actual definition of what is a management point and what is the definition of a distribution point. Same for this one, okay? Let's just imagine that this guy here, the management point, is the project manager, okay? And here it's the actual, let's say, okay, it's not a guy, it's not someone, but it's the warehouse. It's better, because if I say another thing, it would be, there will be a lot of maybe people would get confused. Let's say warehouse, okay? Distribution points is just a warehouse. So the project manager assigning task is assigning task to the employee in this building, okay? The project manager is saying to this to the employees in this building what to do, and is ensuring the communication is between the CEO and the director, and everything is doing well between them, what the CEO wants and the director and everything, and the big manager wants, and the project manager, and the communication between them and the employee, okay? And here the warehouse, and here the warehouse is simply storing the supplies and is not distributing them, but he's actually getting ready, is getting the stuff ready for the employees, okay? when requested, it's important to say this, when it's requested by the actual CEO. Okay, so you have the actual CEO here, and directors that manage everything. Like they want to have control on this, they want to have control on the project manager, what is he doing, the MP, the GP. So every order comes from them. The order comes from them. They are the superior authority. And the project manager refers to what the directors want. So if they want, for example, to make 100, how you say this in English? I don't know, whatever. 100 paper. I don't know, I'm just making stuff. 100 tissue papers, toilet paper. They want to do 1,000 toilet tissue paper. Now they want to say to employees, okay, to make toilet paper, you need to go to the warehouse and grab the water and grab this chemical product and then this chemical product, and then we will make 1,000 toilet paper. Okay, you understand my point here? Okay, so this is the actual analogy to explain how the management point is actually giving orders to the employee to know what to do. So in our analogy, it refers to the employee's machine. The employee's machine receive order from the management point saying exactly what they need to do, and the distribution point here, it serves as the warehouse, meaning when the employee, we could maybe say, when those people here know exactly what to do, when they finally receive order from the project manager, which is the MP, which in our case, of course, in the real life, it's the machine, okay? It's the employee's machine. They will go to the warehouse and grab to the in our case, the distribution points, and take what they need, okay? And in a real life scenario, yeah, it's, sorry, I want to say this, like computers, or I can see, yeah, perfect. So all those computers that are located here, they will now that they have received the order from the project manager, they will go to the distribution point because it has been asked by the management points, and they will grab the actual software. They would say, okay, let me go there and I will grab the software, for example, Microsoft 365, 7, Google Chrome, all the application that you can think about. They will grab it and install it. Okay? Now, let's tackle the second site server. The second site server has also a management point, which is a project manager, and a distribution point, which is a warehouse. And what is the difference? Let's change. Let's not say Lille, because people could, it's better if I say this. Let's say Let's say Tokyo. I have a first site in Paris and I have a second site in Tokyo. So people in this actual, the people in here, let me take back, the people in this site, okay, in this site, instead of imagine the situation, there is employee in our analogy, there is people that are in the site in Tokyo, and in order to grab the water, the chemical products for the toilet paper, everything, They need to travel to Paris to grab it in the warehouse. Do you see the problem that causes? It's a waste of time. It causes issue. There's so much thing going on depending concerning the network communication that is very useless, and not useless but very extensive. It use a lot of how can I say, um, a lot of, what is the word, energy for nothing. Instead, what they could do, they could all, for example, the water, let's say this, the water chemical products, here, and the chemical products, and let's say trees, but I know it's not trees, it's like, but I don't know if we say, no, it's not wood. Yeah, it's wood. Okay, wood. Let's say that those, like maybe there is here 1 liter, 1 liter of this, and 1 kilo of this. Instead of letting those people in the Tokyo site going until the warehouse in Paris and traveling until there to grab what they want, people in Paris, the CEO and the project manager in Paris, they are smarter than this. They would say, okay, we will bring them everything that they need in this secondary SCCM site server. So like this, all of our product, which in our real life scenario software, will be already available in Tokyo. So it means that the computer here doesn't need to travel until the distribution point in Paris. They just can grab it in the distribution point in Tokyo, which is located maybe in the same building, okay? So so now do you understand better like what's going on? And with this example, I'm sure that there will be no issue understanding the management point, distribution point, and how it works. And like these guys, I'm telling you, you will enhance your level to troubleshooting issues because you will have a clear understanding of the actual environment, and it's priceless. Because if you start asking so many stuff to ChatGPT, why this, why that, and you don't understand the core elements of what is SCCM, what is management point, distribution points, it will be problematic. And I know that some of you, the YouTuber, they said, yes, management point is this and distribution point is that. But it's still not that easy for people for beginners. It's not that simple to understand. The concept is not that simple to understand. Okay? So, guys, revisit and look again at this example. If you have like some issue about understanding. But according to me, it's enough, okay? I think it's enough for you to understand what's going on and why SCCM server is very useful. The thing that I can add is maybe, so now in the real life scenario, your employee's machine will receive order from the management point and will go to the distribution point to get the actual software, okay? What can I add? I'm trying to find something that I could add in this scenario. Yeah, maybe I could add this, but we already talked about that. It's also very important, for the connection between these two. Oh my god, sorry. Between these two, to have a clear communication. Of course, the network, you see in the last video we covered the network. of course, networking is so much important, but also you need to understand that Active Directory, it's also very, very important. It's the backbone of SCCM. The backbone of SCCM is the Active Directory and the networking stuff that going into place. So guys, again, system management container, the thing that we just see before, it's very, very important, the setup of it, and the way that you need to extend the AD schema, also very, very important. So yeah, guys, I think we cover a lot. So I think, guys, it's enough, right? So guys, if I could simply add this, if you can, just as the conclusion of all of the thing that we talk about, I want just to make like a big overview on what is SCCM and the analogy of another analogy of what is the bigger picture of SCCM. So I want to talk about the three interconnected layers of SCCM, and they are the layers, the layered, I think we say layered model of SCCM. So you have one here, another one here, sorry, and a third one here. So the first one here, I'm gonna use my pen. So as you could understand since the beginning of my life, SCCM isn't just a single tool, It has so much, there is so much things that is nested around that software, you know, around that server. So it's like a system composed, for me, it's like a system composed of three interconnected layers, and each with a distinct purpose, and you will understand it. So first you have the infrastructured layer. After you have the configuration layer, and then you have execution layer, and I'm gonna explain them. Okay, so people will be mad at me. I know you guys will be mad at me, so let me do it again. I know that the one that I write sounds like very awful. It sounds like very ugly, but the last one was even worse. So you have three. I said you have three layered. Yeah. The last one is the actual execution one. So execution. Okay. Infrastructure, configuration, execution. Infrastructure. This include the physical and logical components, which is management point, distribution point, software update points, or the server roles, including the hardware. You see, like the hardware that we covered here, including this. Okay. So it is the infrastructure layer. Okay. So it's the backbone of SCCM. It's really the backbone of SCCM. Then you have the configuration layer. The configuration layer, it's actually this. I'm gonna simply go here and go to the SCCM server, and guys, it's just this. It's the boundary group. For example, it's the boundaries group. It's the if you go here on monitoring and you go to site hierarchy, you see it's this. It's how you have configured the infrastructure, how you have manipulate the infrastructure layer in order to it's like you are an architect. It's like you are an architect and you have built this way of creating your own organization. Okay? And in your own organization, you have one setup. You have one side, then you have another side, and you have said that, okay, this IP subnet, I'm going to configure it to be um, that range, and the IP address is that range, etc., etc. It's what we said. It's what I mean by configuration. Okay, and it's also the permission. I forget also about this, but it's the permission that you give to each account. You see, it's what we saw here. It's what we saw here in the Active Directory. So it's exactly what we saw here about the service account. Okay, it's the actual service account. It's here, all the service accounts, and what permission you are giving into it. So it is the actual configuration layer, and the execution layer, it's actually what everybody, it's the visible tasks. It's what everybody see, such as deploying software, managing update, generating reports, all of this thing. And as you could understand, this guy here depends on this and this, and the configuration depends on the top, on here. So boundaries, permission, IP address, etc., etc. It depends on the actual hardware, which is the Active Directory, the SCCM, the server roles. It's everything that will lie here. So guys, it's just a broader example, but you know what is the best analogy for describing what I just said? I was thinking about this. You need to think of it as a movie production studio. The actual example that I just make here, look at this, guys. If we make an analogy about a movie production studio, okay? This, and I'm really saying this, I'm really emphasis now for the new arrivals. I know that you guys already understand, but the infrastructure layer, this includes the physical studio, which is camera, lighting, sound system. These are the tools and locations that make production possible. Okay, so let's say lighting here. Okay, this is the in the infrastructure layer. What I said camera. Perfect. Yep, camera here. And the sound, like sound system, sound. Okay, so okay, so in the infrastructure you have all of this. Of course, it's just I didn't put everything, otherwise we will have like so much time, we will waste so much time. So now in the configuration layer, this is the actual scripts. For example, okay, this is the scripts, which in our example, it's, you know, the like, how can I say it? Let me think about. It's not only the script, because the script could mean that is the management point, and it could be then in the first. But let's say it's the actual director's note. Okay, note. It's like the note of the director. The, I don't know how you call it, like artistic director. Like you will have all his notes here, and it will be also the schedule, you know, the shooting schedule, about when we will schedule, what at what time, and the equipment we should use, like everything. Guys, actually, I'm gonna refine my example, because infrastructure doesn't mean server roles. Server roles of management point, distribution points, it's in the configuration, because we want to configure the management point. So you see, we are evolving together now, because I'm refining my analogy, and also the three layers, the three layered model. Okay, guys, I made a mistake. In the infrastructure, there isn't the server roles. There isn't. It's only in the configuration. Do you see? That's why it's important to make how can we say, to make analogy, because you have a clear you clearly visualize what's going on. You have like the bigger picture of what you're saying. It's perfect that we make this analogy. Yes, so the script which represents the management point, the distribution point, etc., especially the management point, it's the actual script. Yes, it's the actual script. So here in the configuration, you have the management point and distribution point, etc., all the server roles. This infrastructure only mean is only the thing that you can physically touch. Okay, so I said the notes, the script of the actor. What can I say more? What can I say more? Yeah, and like, you know, like some sort of notes about what equipment we could use. Like just a frame. It's just a frame of, okay, what we are going to do. What we are going to do. So it's the frame of what we are going to do. Okay? And the execution, it's the actual filming, the post-production work. Like when you melt these two, what do you get? Okay? What do you get? And what do you get, guys? It's the actual movie. It's this. The actual movie. What everybody's watching. Like when you did like maybe two years of working with the two layered, then you can get the actual movie. Okay, guys, so I hope that this last analogy was good, but it's great. It's great that I refined my my way of thinking, because yes, the layer 2, it's more about management points and I mean the server roles than the first one. So I hope that you guys like this live session. This is only the first part. Now let me just like take a break and do also stuff that I need to do. So maybe in 3 or 4 hours I will come back and we will finish the actual we'll do the second part. Okay, guys?